All right, y'all, I gotta be honest. The other day, I messed up. One of y'all asked me to test engraved denim with the IR module, and I did run a test, just not the right one. A few minutes after uploading this video, I realized I ran it with the CO2 laser head instead of the IR module. So yeah, that one's on me. So here we are for round 2, and this time we're doing it right. I'm testing denim using the IR module on the xtool P3 and putting it side by side with the results I got from the CO2 laser. By the end, I'll break down the best settings I found and which method I'd pick if I had to choose just one. Now here's the thing, I didn't really know where to start. This IR module is still a pretty new add-on for the xtool P3. There's not a ton of information out there about it yet, but it is a 1064 nanometer infrared laser, same as what's used in the xtool F1. So I figured that's my starting point. And when I saw low power, high speed, that was enough to start testing. Speeds between 200 and 300 and power between 45 and 60 at 160 lines per centimeter. From there, I ran test grids on 2 different types of denim, a thinner, cheaper material and a thicker, higher quality material. And honestly, I wasn't impressed. The contrast just wasn't there. Even while it was engraving, it felt flat. So I switched up a couple of things. I bumped the lines per centimeter up to 200 and switched to a darker washed charcoal denim. That changed everything. The contrast finally showed up. Clean, sharp, exactly what I was hoping for. But I wanted to test it further. I dialed up the settings to 55% power and 350 in speed, just to see if I could get the engraving brighter. And this is where materials matter. I engraved the same sun design using the same settings on all 3 pieces of denim. On the higher quality stuff, it looked great. On the cheaper material, too light. That's why you always have to test first, every single time. Because what works for one material may not necessarily work for the other. But on that darker washed charcoal denim, this right here, this is it. The contrast is clean, the detail holds, and overall, it just looks fantastic. You know what this would look really great on? Jean jackets, obviously. So here are a few quick takeaways from all this. First, if you don't know where to start, don't overthink it. Find the closest comparable machine or material and use that as your baseline. That worked for me here. Second, don't just adjust power and speed. Lines per centimeters made a huge difference in my results. IR module on the right, CO2 on the left. The CO2 laser, the contrast is fantastic, but you have to babysit it. Too much heat and you're charring the fabric or straight up catching fire. The IR module, on the other hand, is a totally different approach. It's not burning the fabric, it's bleaching the dye out. So for me, the choice is easy. I'd take the IR module. You get great results without having to worry about catching your pants on fire. Oh, and one thing before I go, I'm leaving the sunflower and sun designs in the description, both SVG and PNG, so you can run your own tests. I ran the sunflower with the CO2 laser as an SVG and the sun with the IR module as a PNG.